Hi, this is Matthew. I'm going to talk about the next Chicago album. I don't have this one. It's a box set called literally The Box. Came out in, was it 05? Let me double check my. It came out in. In 03, yeah. Okay, yeah. And yeah, the band helped with selected all the tracks from it. So it's 5 discs, and even some stuff from the Son of Sisyphus album, which had not come out at that point yet, and some other stuff. I think there was a booklet and things with it. We'll go through the 5 discs. There's a DVD of some live material and things that will hopefully they'll show that on here as well. So we start with disc 1. We'll see what we have here. I saw it listed years ago, but I didn't have a lot of my own money back then. Some, but it was kind of pricey, and I never did get it. We start out with Introduction. Oh, that's a good choice. Does anybody really know what time it is? The single version. Beginnings, the greatest hits edit that from Volume 1 that we talked about last time. Questions 67 and 68. No different edit there. Listen, that's a good one too. South California Purples. I'm a Man, a new edit of that. I'm not sure what was different. Kind of cool choices so far. Moving In. Wake Up Sunshine. Ballet for a Girl in Buchanan, which is Make Me Smile, so much to give, so much to say, so much to give, Anxiety's Moment, West Virginia Fantasies. I love that they included all of that. Yeah, that looks that range. Yeah, 702. That looks like the right version. Then we go to. I'm glad they included that because this would have been this would have been a cool box set had I bought it. I kind of want to find it now, actually. And then of course. The next track, of course, is Color My World. Still part of the same, long thing here. And then we get back to Be Free and Now More Than Ever, which is correct. But of course, they split them, obviously, with the tracks and all that. And then Fancy Colors. $25 or $64 it follows it. Poem for the People. It Better End Soon. First, third, and fourth movements of that. That was a cool, interesting track, if I remember correctly. That is all of disc 1. On to disc 2 now. It had Loneliness Is Just a Word. Travel Suite with Flight 602. Travel Suite is free, of course. It's part of that same suite. I've forgotten that. Yeah, I've forgotten that. Mother follows. Then to Lowdown, good addition. An hour in the Shower, which contains a hard rest in the morning without breakfast, off to work, falling out and dreaming, home, and then blues again. That's an interesting track, I must say. From Chicago 3. Hit by Varus is next. All Is Well. Saturday in the Park. is next. Dialect Part 1 and 2. The regular version, not the single. That's awesome. Just You and Me. Something in the City Changes People. In Terms of Two. Feeling Stronger Every Day. I've Been Searching So Long is next. Mononucleosis, good choice. I like that one. Wishing You Were Here. Call on Me. Happy Man, It's the Greatest Hits 2 Edit Again. Very much Greatest Hits 2 is available to hear. I never got to get that one, as I said in previous videos. And on to disc 3. Now, that's the end of that disc. Harry Truman is the first track on disc 3. Old Days. Brand New Love Affair, part 1 and 2. Oh, that's good. Never Been in Love Before. You're on My Mind, a single version of that one. Mama, Mama, Mama. Hope for Love is the next one. Another Rainy Day in New York City. The regular version of that one. Gently I'll Wake You. If You Leave Me Now. I love this is all chronological. Oh, this is so cool. I wish I had this. I really wish I had this. Mississippi Delta City Blues. That's cool. Good for Terry Kath to have that on here. That was such a live staple from what I understand. And then Baby What a Big Surprise. Taking Back to Chicago. Pretty Little One and Little One Again. Or whatever. And that whole big track there. Long Gone is next. No to Lover, the single version of that one. Alive Again, the single version of that one. The Greatest Love on Earth. Little Miss Lovin'. Hot Streets, from that off on the Hot Streets album, of course. Disc 4 then goes to... It opens with Street Player, the single version. Why did they put the album version in? Or even that extended dance version? But at least it's on here. So that's good. Must Have Been Crazy. Manipulation, the single version of that. Thunder and Lightning. Oh, that was a good track. I thought. Song for You. The American Dream is next. Love Me Tomorrow, the O2 edit of that one. Chains. I've forgotten that. What You're Missing, the O2 edit of that one. Hard to Say I'm Sorry / Get Away, the full version, that's good. Stay the Night is next. We Can Stop the Hurtin'. Hard Habit to Break. That big hit is next. Along Comes a Woman, the single version again of that one. You're the Inspiration. Good for Nothing. Oh, it was a We Are the World thing from that. I didn't know they did that. Okay. I didn't know they were involved with that charity for that stuff in Africa and stuff. Okay, good to know. I've never heard that. That's kind of cool. I wish I could. I don't know if I can find that one or not. I'll have to go look that one up later. I haven't heard that before. That would have been cool to have known about, and I could have heard that. But yeah, that and some of the other Sisyphus stuff would have been nice. But If She Would Have Been Faithful is next, the regular version. Forever. Will You Still Love Me, the single version of that one. Niagara Falls, I liked that one. I really liked that song. On to the final disc here. We'll see what we have, what they pulled from the next albums here. Heart in Pieces. Look Away. What Kind of Man Would I Be? Good choices here. I Don't Want to Live Without Your Love, of course. We Can Last Forever. Followed with You're Not Alone, the single version of that one. Hearts in Trouble. Oh, it's from the Days of Thunder soundtrack, apparently. Okay. Huh, very interesting. I didn't remember them being on that soundtrack. I've seen that movie. Only Time Can Heal the Wounded. Yeah. You Come to My Senses is next. God Save the Queen. Then we have Chasing the Wind, of course. All the Years. Oh, that is a track from Son of Sisyphus, which hadn't been released at that point, but will get put out again later. And then we have Son of Sisyphus, of course, from that album that was not out yet. I feel there's one track that did not get put on there. We'll see if it comes up next. Bigger Than Elvis. Oh, it's all part of Sisyphus. Okay, yeah, I thought it was. We're not to that album yet. Caravan. We get to some big band songs. Good, cool. I'm glad that's. Then we get Here in My Heart is next. So you only get Caravan. No sing, or any of that kind of stuff. It just okay. The Here in My Heart from Chicago, the first Chicago volume. And the only one, the single version. Nice. Ooh, that would be nice to have had that all in one disc. And then All Roads Lead to You. Nice. From Chicago, the second volume of Heart Chicago. And Show Me a Sign also. And then... Oh, nothing from 26 though. None of those tracks are here. That's kind of sad. And I wish they could have had the full versions of all the tracks, but I guess space being what it is, they didn't want to make a 6th disc with a couple of tracks on it, so I get it, but I'm kind of sad. Let's see what's on the DVD. If yeah, that would have been cool to have seen also. It's some 72 live stuff, the promotional videos from 13. And does not give any other indication as to what is on it. Ooh, that's sad. Okay. That would have been hard to have probably navigated as a blind person, but I would have tried and probably could have gotten some assistance doing so, but I don't own this. But a cool set anyway. It's going to be called 28 next when I do it. Kind of cool, though. Then... yeah, I would like to have had this. A good box to have if you don't have any of their stuff. This would have been a good one to have. Because it's got some of everything on it. There would have been some more big band, I must say. There's some good tracks there. But I wouldn't want it to have excluded other stuff that people knew, but there's some good big band tracks from that album that are not here. I like the one they have. But I wish I could have done some more. But yeah, a good box. I remember it being kind of pricey. That's why I didn't try to go for it at the time. I saw it, I think, sometime after 03, but maybe 04, 05. I might have seen it. Good for them. Good for Rhino to put that out, and the band got to pick their tracks. Excellent. But next time, though, we're going to go back to the Christmas album and do the 03 version of What's It Going to Be Santa, where I can actually hear the whole thing, and we'll talk about all the new tracks. And there's 6 new tracks to the 14 that have been there originally. We have 20 on that album that will take a while to hear, but it'll be nice to hear the stuff I knew. And I know I heard at least one of the tracks for sure, and I think I might have heard the other new ones. It has been a while since I heard that one, so I don't remember for sure, but I'm going to make that, and I'm probably going to call it 29, so we might have some weird numbering going on here. Maybe not, though. But that is the way they issued it, so that's the one I'll do next. Then I can hit all the personnel and stuff I didn't hit before, because it's all sort of combined, but that'll be okay, though, because we'll have had all the tracks by then. So it will be okay to hear all the other stuff, as well as the new any new producers and people and players that might have come in to do the 6 at the time new tracks. So we'll stay in 03 next time. They show love songs next on Wikipedia, because they have it all under one entry, but that's okay. We will, I don't think there's a separate entry for Wikipedia for that one. I'll look when I do the next video, but I don't think it's separate. I think it's all combined into one article, which I know makes sense, but man, I wish they had them separate. But I get why they don't, because that album replaced the one I first had. I do have the next one, so that will be fine, but it will be a little bit longer listen than normal, but that's okay. I want to cover it correctly, so this is 28. That will be 29 in the next video when we will do it. But a fun album of Christmas tunes will follow again in 03 when we hit the reissue of Christmas. It's What's It Going to Be Santa as the little kind of subtitle of the new version. There's a couple other Christmas things later, which I don't know, and some collections of things I've never seen. Farther in, we're not there yet, so. But I'm going to do the official things. I will probably look at some of that stuff if it's not official, like numbered and all that. But there are a bunch of unnumbered things that are not included here that I'm doing. But I want to do all the numbered ones for sure. But yeah, we'll go back to Christmas next time in the next video.